All right, where we at here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on. We're live all over the place. We're live as fuck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Keyboard Warriors, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name's Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. That's just Rubakava. Talking all the shit on MMA. Plenty to talk about. First of all, this last weekend, this main event with Calvillo and Jessica I. Anyone else though, like, kind of surprised that Jessica I was number one at 125? You know what I'm saying?
No.
You said was we surprised?
Yeah.
No. 125 is the fucking probably the worst division in MMA, or the most shallow rather. Women's flyweight is extremely shallow, so it makes sense that somebody like Jessica I would be fucking, you know what I mean? Like I can see that.
I'm with you. Jesse, did you watch this one? Or did you go hiking again?
Nah, I went hiking. Basically my friend is trying to do this like 27-mile hike, this mountain hike next year. So we're trying to just do like a bunch of little hikes around here, explore the surroundings. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on my Saturdays. I'm gonna incorporate the whole training for that triathlon. So very little time for these bad events. Like I was saying last week, none of these events, I mean, I understand there's some interesting fights on this card coming up, Curtis Blades and all that, but just none of them really bring me that like I need to watch this event. I think the only one that's coming up is that pay-per-view that's pretty stacked coming up in, I think, next month.
Okay.
That's about it.
251. 251 with the 3 title fights on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that the first fight on Fight Island?
Yes. Right?
Yeah,
Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Well, what about that shit? They want to do, and they're talking about fighting on the beach or whatever the fuck they were trying. Like, what are you talking about? Abu Dhabi at 9 p.m. their time. It's 90 degrees and like 80% humidity. I hope they got a building on that beach. What the fuck are you talking about, Dana White? Out of your mind.
Well, they kind of do where they built that arena for that Anderson Silva BJ Penn event a few years ago. So I'm sure they'll probably do something like that. A big tent, like a circus tent, probably. Right. Bunch of coolers in there, so nobody dies of heat exhaustion.
Let me tell you something, Jack. Them motherfuckers got real money. They'll have every the fuck thing they need to have over there. Like I have no doubt in my mind that there'll be a little fucking hospital. There'll be arenas. Like, one thing they're not lacking is fucking cash. That's why Dana White's doing it there. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably letting him rack up a fucking bill and they're like, whatever, cash us out later. Them motherfuckers just literally have more money than they know what to do with. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, fuck bet. Come fuck with our island. Just we'll get front row to the fights. No biggie. Sweet.
Well, Abu Dhabi is world famous for having ATMs that give you a brick of gold.
What the fuck? Wait, go back. A brick of gold at an ATM? You telling me no one's stolen that motherfucker?
Yeah.
I'm about to catch me a flight to fucking Abu Dhabi. Go in there like Ice Cube. Shit.
Well, also, Abu Dhabi has one of the strictest law enforcement in any country. I mean, they will probably chop your head off for stealing their gold.
I'll risk that shit.
The question is, how much cash is a fucking gold bar worth? What are you pulling out where they just ching you out a fucking gold bar?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
I mean, if I remember, I think it's like 40 or 50,000. I mean, it's not like in the millions. It's quite a bit still, but yeah, I don't think it's that much for like a brick of gold.
Fuck out of here. That's got to be way more than that.
It might be more, but I remember it's not that much.
I was surprised you said that much. God damn. 50 grand for a flat of gold? Holy shit.
All right. Well, back to it. Calvillo win this fight. Not surprising to me. But they immediately in the brackets were like, oh, we have another contender at 125. Does anyone think Calvillo can hang with Shevchenko?
I'm going to tell you something right the fuck.
Okay.
I'll tell you something right goddamn now. I think she does. It has a better shot than fucking Joanne Calderwood.
Sure.
I don't know what sort of fucking meth everybody's smoking where we think fucking JoJo, she is going to get the fucking piss beat out of her. Are we all in agreement there? that Joanne Calderwood is about to take a legendary ass whooping from Shevchenko. Like, that's not even going to be fucking competitive. You know that? Did y'all hear the story about the one homeboy who bet $1 million on Amanda Nunes?
Yeah.
Son, you better double down on Shevchenko. I'll suck your dick in third and May. if fucking Joanne Calderwood so much as puts up a good fight against unless Shevchenko contracts the fucking COVID, AIDS, and lung cancer all in the same night, fucking Joanne Calderwood is getting the piss beat out of her.
Well, okay. I think that you would be remiss in saying that you're going to do that if she put a decent fight, because I think JoJo at least is a seasoned enough striker that she's not going to get completely blitzed out of there. I think it might be actually an interesting fight to see someone of JoJo's skill go up against Shevchenko. Now, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that it's going to be a close fight or it's going to be a tough fight for Shevchenko. I'm just saying that JoJo has skills that at least it's going to make Shevchenko be a little bit, a little bit cautious and probably pull out some old tricks out of the bag that she hasn't had to use against these other girls that are not even close to being on her level.
I say that is complete horseshit. I don't never see that. I always hear, you know what? Joanne fucking Calderwood striking and her fucking knees are like Roy Nelson's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You hear a lot about it, but yet you never fucking see it. I've yet to see Joanne Calderwood fucking up anybody in the clinch. I'm wrong a lot. I might be wrong again. I think Joanne Calderwood is going to be a fucking goddamn warm body, take a beating. Long story short, what the fuck? What's the broad's name? Just won the fight. Brain fart.
Calvillo.
I think Cynthia Calvillo has a lot better chance at fucking beating Shevchenko than Joanne Calderwood does. So, what
fair enough. Hey, fair enough. Go ahead,
and Fred smokes a lot of weed.
What are you going to do? I mean, every once in a while, that's what happens.
Time out. When it comes to Fred, what exactly is a lot anyway? All right, think about that.
I almost call her Tatiana Flores. Both of them fucking, fucking grappling broads. What are you going to do?
That either says how much we don't care for like the lighter weights in the women's division, or just you might be smoking a lot of weed. What?
Let me ask you guys this: is it embarrassing to know that the number one contender at that division was a girl that just missed weight and didn't really do a good performance?
Okay.
The performance that she had versus how much she missed weight by, and plus I believe there was an interview that Calvillo said that she got a call from her manager saying she was going to be about 3 pounds overweight, and she said that it looks like she grabbed the towel there, did a little DC
the curtain grab,
yeah.
Dude, I was gonna ask you guys about that. Do you guys think I didn't watch the weigh-ins, and also I should pull up the video and watch it, but I know it's possible to do that, but first of all, the fact that the coach called Calvillo said we're about to be 3 pounds over, like I didn't know they did that shit. Is that like a respect thing or something? Like what?
I guess.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, especially if it's at least ahead of time. At least the challenger or the other person will be like, you know what? They can negotiate something back there. Probably like, I'm not going to take the fight since you're that overweight. Okay, well, let's negotiate something. That way the fight still continues on. I think that's probably what they were trying to do, of giving her a heads up.
Right.
This whole I'm going to miss weight by 3 pounds. And then like they have that video of Jessica I going off on people being unprofessional and just not caring. And that's why they miss weight. Like the most ironic video ever.
There you go.
I'll tell you one thing. Her fucking coaches are probably definitely like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? We already told them you were 3.5 pounds over. Then you fucking cheat and get within a half pound. Now you make us look like assholes.
Yeah, look, with the quarter thing, the quarter pound and all that, and then pinching the fucking curtain. Who knows what the fuck's up? But I mean, Jessica couldn't have taken more L's this weekend. Just couldn't have taken more. Misses weight. Gets tries to defend herself on social media somehow. I don't know, but and then loses the fight.
But you know what though? To be completely fair,
2 weeks, right?
I was less than impressed with Calvillo. Was that just me? I
No,
was.
I'm with you.
The whole fight was a bit meh, to be fair. I've never, and again, this means a lot coming from me because I'm an Ohio boy. So I love to rep, but and Jessica I is an Ohio girl. She trains in Columbus with Stipe, if I'm not mistaken. But I've never really loved her or her skill set. Just to keep it a buck, she's always kind of got a slightly cunty attitude, and she kind of acts like she is worth more than she actually is. She's always shooting her mouth off, and her fucking performances are never extremely fucking fantastic or great. I was expecting Cynthia Calvillo to come in and kind of, listen, put to you like this. On my motherfucking gambling cards, I had her by submission. You understand me? So let's just say I was less than impressed when she didn't get the fucking finish over, in my opinion, a very overrated Jessica I. So,
well, and here's the thing. I don't know how long she's done this, but I believe this was she's no longer out with Stipe. I think she's down in Vegas.
Yeah, she been.
So I don't know. I don't know if this is her first camp there or if it's a couple camps already. But I agree with you, Fred. Like, her skills has never really been impressive. And her saying that she's one of the best in the division, and she has all this like attitude of that she deserves a title shot. Like, it just doesn't match up with what we see in the octagon. Now, on the other side, I mean, I didn't watch the fight. I saw some of the highlights. That's why I was saying that it looked like Jessica did a less than impressive performance. But on your side, Fred, do you think that this was just a result of Calvillo just not really, being there anymore after the whole miss of the weight and everything, and then just kind of like this whole weird arena and everything? Do you think this is the first fighter that we actually saw affected by this whole situation?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just shitting on Jessica I for unnebul. I mean, Jessica I is a tough girl, all things considered. She's one of those people who makes fights a little boring for my liking, but I mean, you might be on something a little bit, maybe a little bit, but I wouldn't really chalk her not finishing Jessica I or not looking incredibly impressive in the performance up to that necessarily. Also, I will say this, Jesus, usually when you start talking, I kind of fucking tune out. But I got to say, every once in a while, you say something very worth me tuning in for. You said that Jessica I moved to Vegas, huh? Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Thank fucking God. Now I can hate her with no fucking regrets. She's no longer in Ohio.
Wait. Would you still smash, though, Fred? That's always my question on Fred.
Of course. I mean, as long as she doesn't got a snake, what are you going to do, right? I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you, boys. I've smashed worse than that. I smashed Jay Leno with a pussy one night.
Oh boy! All right, let's catch up on a bunch of comments. Sorry, dude. I gotta end that one on that note.
I gotta hear that story one day.
We're probably gonna have to hear that one. Rated says first episode 200. Welcome to episode 200. I forgot to mention that at the start of the show. 200 episodes of just this one. You could add that to the advocates, to fucking every other show. We have over I want to say over 500, maybe 600 videos on just this channel. So there we go. All right, Jerome Jones, what's up? Chris Weidman versus Omari Akhmedov for August 8th. Finally, a fight that I feel Chris Weidman should have taken. So that's good. But he's probably still gonna get knocked out. I'm not gonna lie.
Poor guy.
Dude. What's up, Glitch? Raider with the point. Raider says 125 is a dumping ground for women who can't make 115 and can't win at 135. Fred, true or false?
True. I mean, 95% true if we're trying to be completely honest. But yeah, I mean, basically, she ain't lying, Jack. I mean, the truth, the fucking proof is in the pudding, right? Like that. Obviously, that's 90% of the lot at 125.
So
dare I say, including the champion.
Ooh, that's what I was gonna ask you, Fred. Does that mean that the champion should probably move up here in the next fight or two and challenge Nunes and really prove that she is the better fighter? Dominate two divisions, or just stay at 125 crushing cans for as long as you can?
Maybe not as long as she can, but I would stay at 125 for a while. I mean, it's not. She was at 35 for a while. She lost twice to the champion. Now, I will tell you this: if Amanda Nunes happens to lose to somebody, which is entirely fucking possible. I mean, goddamn fucking. Who the fuck was it that knocked out Tyson? Riddick Bowe? Some fucking bum?
Not really. Tyson got knocked out. Oh no, you're right. You might be. You're right. I'm not sure.
Was it Rick Bowen, fucking Tokyo or whatever the fuck? Anyways, listen. The point is, anything can happen. If somebody else happens to beat Amanda Nunes, then if I was Shevchenko, I might think about pulling a fast one. But at this point, I mean, she lost to her twice. I know they were kind of close fights and shit. I think one of them was exceptionally close,
Right.
but not yet. If anything, as far as all that goes, I'd like to see Weili Zhang win 1, 2, 3 more fights and then maybe move up to 25. That's
Super
where I'm
fight at that point.
at. Yeah, and it's interesting, it's fresh, it's brand new. I kind of want to see Amanda Nunes move up to 45. At this point, low-key, I'd like to see the UFC just sell their fucking soul and get Cyborg back. Sorry. I just can't think of anything else I'd rather do with Amanda Nunes. Like, I don't, I know I'm on a tangent now, but like fucking as far as women fighting goes, Amanda needs to kind of be at 45, taking, challenges there. Fuck, she's done with 35 for all of me.
I'm with you on that shit. All right. What? Just a quick.
No, I was going to say, do you think then the UFC should just do what Rizin was doing a while back and just buying out contracts as much as they can? Women's 145, they got Kayla Harrison. They've got a couple women down at Bellator. They've got a couple women down in, Invicta. You've got some Rizin. There's some spread out all over the place. Do you think just the UFC should put dump a bunch of money into that and just bring some of them in?
Yeah. I mean, look, for all of me, yes. I think they should get Kayla Harrison, put her fucking thick ass on whatever they got to do to get her to 45.
Yeah.
55. God damn it. If you can make 55, darling, we can get you to 45. I tell you who I also would love to see them make a play at, which I think they'd have to give her the same fucking regimen, but is Clarissa Shields. I know she's a boxer, but it's a sexy name. They can't be that much money in female boxing. She's kind of already reached the peak of the iceberg there. I mean, I think I'll put it to you like this. As far as Shevchenko goes, 25, 35, that'll be all right. Flyweight's just fucking lightweight, right? Not fucking, shallow right now.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually there'll be contenders at flyweight. I think more of the problem would be fucking Amanda Nunes at 35 and having no sort of fucking credible opponents in the fucking future. Not even like hands to crush.
Right. All right. Moving on, and real quick, as far as like investing in the women's divisions, you have the UFC has to gauge the interest, right? I mean, because you're not gonna invest in something no one's gonna want to watch. So they're gonna have to go through all the analytics. Is it worth the risk of trying to get Cyborg back, trying to get a Kayla Harrison, trying to get whatever's that? I mean, Invicta, you can literally just call them up. But I mean, trying to like a quote unquote trade or buy a Kayla Harrison will be expensive because people just paid her a bunch of money and they're not about to let her go. So you could also look at look. And again, I'm not trying to keep this part of the discussion going, but Valerie Loretta is getting popular, and it might not be because they were fighting, but she's getting popular. She pulls up a couple more wins. Hey, she pulls a couple more wins. I'm telling you right now, the UFC's gonna be like, hey, come on, honeypot.
Hey, let me tell you something, Jack. Somebody posted a fucking picture of goddamn what's the broad with 6 different accents, Mackenzie Dern and her booty online. So I was like, all right, I just had to Google. Fucking Valerie, how you pronounce that whole last name?
Loretta.
Son, a picture popped up on the Google shit machine that almost made me crash my car. That shit looks photoshopped. Yeah, hey, fantastic gluteus maximus. Holy shit.
Yeah, and she wear those like the little micro bikinis and shit on the beach. So good for everyone that gets to see that. All right, moving on. Otis, what's up, my man? Who is your loser of the weekend, and how is it not Mark De La Rosa? To go with 3 full rounds and then lose a decision, and I don't remember the fight completely. Should he have won that shit? Anyone remember? Otis, let us know.
All due respect, Otis, but I can't just not. Just in case y'all didn't see it, just in case you missed it, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have got. Do you see that thing? If that's not like fake. Can you imagine? I don't know. Some of y'all are females that are listening, but if you're a man and you're watching this show, if that thing right there bends over in front of you and you stick your little penis in there, you got about a minute and a half and you are capucha.
You better be thinking about baseball and shit.
Baseball's ass. Baseball don't bring you back from that, son. It's fucking.
You got to be thinking of some fucked up shit, bro. All right, we're gonna skip on the other one. Who's your winner of the weekend? How is that Julia Avila? If you guys didn't see, she beat the living holy horse shit out of Gina Mazzani in 22 seconds. Fred, what the fuck?
What weight division was that now?
I believe that is. Let me make sure. Bantamweight.
Okay. Brilliant. Not necessarily quite ready for Amanda yet, but she looks like the bantamweight fucking Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Was I not the only one that got total Joanna vibes from her build to somewhat of the way she fought and everything?
She was very aggressive. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
She was just I'm gonna take this bitch out right the fuck now.
She had that gangly sort of fucking weird little vibe about her, Jack. Those weird faces. Those fucking Polish broads ain't nothing nice.
They ain't playing, man, Jesse.
Just for curiosity's sakes, in the comment section, all the guys there and the girls, if you swing that way,
yeah.
Has anybody ever had any Polish pussy? And how is it?
Okay, there you go.
You two have it.
There you go. I haven't. No, I have not. I mean, I don't know. I my share of white girls. Never asked them what their.
I don't mean a white
was.
girl. I mean Polish. I mean
from Poland. No,
fucking broken English Polish. So don't be.
They don't go this far west, dude. All right. Otis says nice card this weekend. Blazers Volkov. It's a dope fight, honestly. Overall, for what we have, it's a good fight.
I love that Otis is just keep the train moving. He didn't even care about whether who was the loser of the weekend or not. He was just like, yep, keep it moving. You know what though? I agree with you, Fred. There's got to be something to. There's got to be some of these girls coming up in those divisions that is going to make it interesting for these champions, right? The only thing is, the worry is that since it's, like you said, it's so shallow in those divisions, how long before they get a title shot? Is it going to be too early? Is it going to be like a Cejudo type of deal where, given enough time, it would have been a better buildup? But since there's nothing there and they just push these fighters along too quickly, it might be too early for her.
You know what? Hold on. Let me also speak on that real quick. Put this on your fucking calendar. Get your fucking phones on record. Let me tell you something right now. Henry Cejudo's coming back. Mark my words. That disgusting little ugly prick ain't a bit more retiring than the man on the moon. He's shooting his mouth off. He's trying to get more money. He might be taking a little vacay, but you will be seeing him fight again. Mark my fucking words.
I'm with you on that. All right. Oh man, gotta go way back up in the comments. Sorry, folks. We're kind of slow on it. Emma versus Burgos should be fun, 100%. Lyman Good is back. That's a good fight. It's Lyman against what the fuck's his name? Bilal Muhammad. That's right. All right.
Remember the name.
Remember the name. There you go. Yeah, I can't.
Nickname.
Yeah. Plus Calvillo. I was talking about Calvillo. She changed camps and I expected way more. Yeah, she went from, just like Oda said, over to AK in San Jose, and she her family lives there. So I mean that kind of makes quite a bit of sense. Let's see what else we got. Derek Lewis versus Alexei Oleinik, August 8th. I don't think Alexei Oleinik can Ezekiel Derek Lewis. That's gonna be a rough one. But
that's a good fucking fight, though.
Yeah. Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson. That's right. That's the name.
Yeah.
Who'd
I fucking say? I smoked too much now. I'm fucking out.
You
said
fucking Trevor Berbick.
I said Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe. Yeah, you said Riddick Bowe. Why did I say Trevor Berbick? I don't know what the fuck. All right. No, he beat Trevor Berbick. All right. I think UFC is more likely to get a random Aikido girl in that than properly pay a woman. It's possible. Jay Andrews in the house saying, "Did I see that Amanda Nunes might retire, or was that just clickbait?" I don't think it was clickbait, but she could definitely go.
Yeah. I think I put it to you like this. Real talk. I think Amanda Nunes has a better chance at retiring at this point than Henry Cejudo does.
Oh,
like realistically, just based upon not having. I mean, fuck, dude. 35 is jumping, and 25 is about to be low key jumping for the men. So,
yeah. That's crazy. 25 is going to be jumping. We've been talking shit about 25 at men's for years.
Yeah.
What's
the little Brazilian cat's name that's fighting Joe B again?
Figueiredo.
I'm fucking with these names.
Figueiredo, yeah, I think so.
Figueiredo, I think, yeah. If he beats Joe B again, that's a little bit of smoke that I don't know if Henry necessarily wants. I know I keep overlooking Henry, but I'm telling you, if I wanted to, I could cherry pick the cocksucker's career. Fucking Dominic Cruz. Fucking need I say more? He's fucking been hurt more than anybody in the fucking sport. And whatever. I'm not even going to carry on about Henry. Henry knows how I feel about him. But.
There you go. Brando has an opinion. He says Jan talking about the Nunes retiring. Says she certainly could. She's got a daughter on the way. True. She's not greedy like Conor. Unfortunately, she wasn't promoted like the star she could have been. 100%. Every time Amanda Nunes won, especially when she beat Ronda, she was like, no, fuck all this Ronda bullshit. It's Amanda Nunes now. And it took her knocking out Ronda and then going off on a fucking run to get like big, in my opinion.
You know what? I love you, Brandon, but I have to push back on this a little bit.
Okay.
I would offer the opinion that most of the UFC's huge stars have not been a product of the UFC's machine, as opposed to a product of their own marketability skills.
Sure.
For instance, Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen didn't get big because of the UFC. He got big because he created a fucking shtick.
100%.
Anderson Silva. The UFC tried to promote Anderson Silva for fucking years. You know when he got big? After he kicked Vitor in the face in Brazil. And then he got big in Brazil, and somehow that just fucking worked its way over. Listen, y'all can say everything you want to about Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor built Conor McGregor. The UFC gave him the platform. Conor McGregor was big as fuck when he was talking about eating dry blueberries on fucking Ariel's Hawani show back on MMA Fighting.
Yeah.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
Jorge Masvidal. The UFC's been promoting Jorge for a month of Sundays. You know when he got big? When he said fuck it. He went and joined the fucking reality show. He's fucking taking ayahuasca. He grew his hair out like fucking Jesus. He comes back. He's thunder striking people. He's shooting his mouth off and eating pizza, wearing Versace robes. That's not the UFC. I think at the end of the day, dog, if you're waiting on the UFC to make you a star, you'll never become that star.
It'll never happen.
As much as I don't like Henry Cejudo, he's the one doing the fuck. He became the king of cringe. He did.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. Now that I think about it, you're absolutely correct. I think the UFC, they don't push many guys. I mean, even Conor to a certain degree got a tiny bit of a push, but I think you're right. I think not as much as he pushed himself, and he just hit real hard with it, right? Nate Diaz, I'm not surprised, motherfucker. He beats Conor McGregor, says, I'm not surprised, motherfucker, and blows up.
And that's him.
Him, he did it.
Okay. How about the ones that the UFC has pushed but hasn't been able to do what these people that you are mentioning, right? Because no. What you're saying, Fred, is that the fighter has to keep up his side of the bargain, right? Which is win. Darren Till is my biggest example, because Darren Till, right before his fight, the fight before Tyron Woodley, they did a big push in the UK where they even put his fight on the radio, which UFC has never done before. So they wanted to put Darren Till out and shove everybody, Darren Till down their throat. Once he lost, how much do you hear the UFC try to promote Darren Till? That hasn't happened anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, you could throw out the Ronda Rousey, of course. Yeah, the cyborgs, like these that they tried to promote, but like the person, the fighter itself, either didn't want to be promoted or didn't have the ability to be promoted on their own. Stipe Miocic, a guy that we've said here before on this platform. If you promoted him correctly, he'd be like better than Randy Couture. He'd be actually Captain America, a firefighter, a champion, all these things that he could be. He just has a dull personality that nobody wants to talk to, right? Like it's like it's horrible to hear him talk, So it just seems like Fred's right. Like, not only is it not the UFC that's trying to help you, because they give you the avenues to do the things that that you want to do, but it's also you keeping up your end of the bargain of being somebody that people are interested in and winning these fights. Because if you don't win the fights, nobody's going to care about you.
There you go. All right. Talking about De La Rosa, Otis bringing it up. De La Rosa kept going for single legs while getting elbowed in his head. Like, switch it up. I forgot about that. Yeah. What up, boys? Fred Wilden, per usual. I love it. I think you caught him as soon as you saw the Laredo picture. Here's a good one. Tevin says Aldana starts Holly, calls out Nunes at 135. I don't think she'll have to call her out. I think that's the next fight if she wins.
Oh, for sure. If she fucking finishes Holly, then that's, I mean, what the fuck else could there possibly be for Nunes?
Who else is there?
Yeah. And quite frankly, if she finishes Holly, I'm here for it. What else do we got going on? Shit.
Damn, that's another person that the UFC tried to promote, right? Holly Holm. After she beat Ronda Rousey, she got nothing of that push after beating Ronda.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. The preacher daughters thing's a little, it ain't gonna work in MMA. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. What else we got? Hannah Cypress is small for even a straw weight. She was way oversized at flyweight. Straw weight. Small for even a straw weight. She was way oversized at flyweight. I don't know. All right. What do you think about Raquel Pennington? She's back this weekend against Mary now. Nothing. I really don't think much about Raquel Pennington. I think Rocky's dope. She's durable. But when we saw her against was it Nunes? Nunes fucked her up, and it was almost like you were waiting for a mercy finisher. She was kind of mercy holding back because it's her friend. But I don't know. I don't think much about Rocky, man.
Rocky Pennington for me is like the quintessential gatekeeper at 35.
Right.
Like if she gets this win, she just reclaims her position as a gatekeeper. Now, a good quality gatekeeper, because she's the type of fighter that if you can beat Rocky, you might, you know what I'm saying? She's like Goro, Jack. If you can beat Rocky, you might be ready for some Shang Tsung. Probably not. Probably not, but at least you can take that test if you can beat fucking Rocky.
Right. All right. What else we got? I'm trying to catch up on this shit. Agree. Thailand, Holly would have been a problem. A great what if. Oh, she went to Thailand to train? I guess that makes sense. Oh, here's a good point for Nunes not retiring. 2 more title defenses for Nunes. She has the record. That would be a reason to not retire. Because I think she goes 2 more fights. Give me whoever. I'll beat him. And she takes him out, gets the record, goes home.
Yeah, there's no fucking arguing that, man. She might as well.
Right. All right, let's see. Brando says, Fred, I put my Conor hate aside. Dana fucking White had a gold mine in his hands. First ever openly gay MMA champion. Talking about Nunes. That was completely ignored for the return of Ronda. And Nunes was the champion. And all they talked about was Ronda for that fucking buildup. So there you go.
But fair enough. But after they built Ronda up, and then they have the fight, and Amanda starches Ronda, that's when it's like, here you go, Amanda. Now run. Call her a white whore. Say I'm fucking gay and I'm proud. No, I'm serious though. Like
I know what you're saying.
That was. I mean, the UFC can only do so much. At a certain point, you've got to pick like an angle and run with it. You know, I don't really know if I was Amanda Nunes' manager. I'm not saying that I would say, go be Henry Cejudo, but I would say find a thing and attack it.
Right.
If it is gay rights, if it is the fact that you're a lesbian and you're about to start a family, then fucking get on lesbian blogs. Go on the talk shows. Make it to when you fight again, every fucking snatch kisser around the world is fucking front and center because you're their spokesperson. You gotta find a way. Like, look, here's the fucking reality, sweetheart. You're the baddest fucking bitch on this planet, and anybody who knows anything ain't got nothing to say about it. You knocked down Cyborg, Tom, Dick, and Harry. There's no fucking argument. Amanda Nunes is the baddest fucking bitch on the planet. And don't anybody fucking dare, what is it, Julia Budd or whoever the fucking Bellator, don't you fucking dare sully Amanda's good name with bringing that fucking hole in this conversation. Or none. So clearly winning fights, and even in a fucking extravagant fashion, is not going to get you there. So, Ellen DeGeneres, or be cantankerous, talk shit, threaten Henry Cejudo's life, fucking threaten gay. I don't know, but find an angle and go at it yourself. Win fights, collect a check, and then say fuck it and retire and go live your life. That's also a possibility. But if you want to be this big star, listen. The reason that Ronda was such a big star, short of her finishing every fight with an armbar, was because she was a cunt. She was cunty. She came out to, I don't care about my bad reputation. Fucking mean mugging. It sounds stupid, but it's a fucking vibe.
Right.
And some people loved it, and some people fucking hated it. But what we was indifferent to it. And sadly enough, that's exactly what the fuck we are to Amanda Nunes. We're not, because we're degenerate fight fans. But Joe Blow fucking dickhead with his Affliction shirt on is indifferent to Amanda Nunes. He's like, yeah, I know she's tough, but meh. There's no sexiness. There's no juiciness to the fights. She doesn't have an angle, and that just doesn't sell to fucking the general public, man.
There you go. That's true. 100% true. So, all right, moving on here. Her pink pound is a thing. Okay, I'm just so weirded out by all this shit. All right, what else we talk about? Oh, we talked about the Nunes thing. Fuck, what else we got? Fuck, I'm like out of it right now. Oh, dude, yes, thank God I remembered. Joe Silva. All of a sudden, Joe Silva, this dude's been like gone forever, and out of nowhere, Joe Silva stories pop up, exploding out here. I think Eddie Alvarez got pissed off, got drunk, and started tweeting his ass off on what the fuck happened. Fred, with this whole Joe Silva thing, like all these stories about him being a complete asshole and all that shit, like you buy that? Like do you believe the stories? Because there's a shitload of them now.
Yeah, listen, I tell you what, I bet you Joe Silva's probably like, Eddie Alvarez, you cute cocksucker, couldn't you just kept your yap shut? You open your mouth and now everybody in fucking the business has a story. Listen, it's a lot like fucking Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby. One or two fucking broads accuse you. Maybe I could say they were lying. Whatever, they wanted some attention and money. When fucking 20 or 30 people accuse you of some shit, all right. It's hard to fucking come back from it. What the fuck? Now, who hasn't had a fucking story about fucking Joe Silva at this point? Like everybody's coming out of the woodwork and be like, yeah, he was kind of a dick. I mean, I know Brendan Schaub's a bit of a punchline, but he was coming out and being like, you know, dude's a real fucking dick. I mean, everybody's coming out with their own Joe Silva story. And listen, I've been a Joe Silva supporter. I thought when he was in the UFC, the matches were fucking dope. I liked the matches. Well, come to find out, the matches were dope because he fucking ruled with an iron fist and with the fucking and would flat ruin your fucking career if you didn't take the fucking fights he wanted you to take. So no wonder they were good fights. But yeah, I mean, listen, they all can't be lying, Jack. Again, if Eddie had came out with that, and a bunch of fighters would have came out and been like, "Oh, well, that's weird," because I had great experiences with Joe Silva. The only two motherfuckers who have came to Joe Silva's defense have been Joe Rogan and Dana White. And last time I checked, he does not book fights for those two gentlemen. So not one motherfucker that's been getting fights booked for them by Joe Silva's came out and be like, yeah, he was really fair and just with me. So yeah, it doesn't look good, buddy.
Does not at all. All right. Jesse, what do you think about that? Is it that Joe Silva was like look, they're all saying, there's a lot of people saying like, for example, who was it? I mean, it's Mike Pierce, John Fitch, fucking, who else was it? Eddie Alvarez, like a bunch of fucking stories, right? Do you think that it was Joe Silva? Like, wait a minute, time out. Joe Silva was the guy that got brought on as a fucking fan, right? Like he was a big fan and they hired him to make fights. He did a really good job of making fights for a while. Shit.
Look. Are we surprised? Are we all really surprised that Joe Silva had these like crazy tactics to make these fights happen? Because we see what's happening now where everybody has, you know, the ability to go on Twitter and say, you know, well, I'm retired, you know, because they're trying to make me, you know, fight for this amount of money and stuff. And then, you know, you see that they get booked in a fight, blah, 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 blah. Back then, it was the Wild West. And if you took a fight or didn't take a fight, that was pretty much your career, according to Joe Silva. So it doesn't surprise me to hear these stories. It's just funny that I mean, I can remember that a lot of people would always say that Joe Silva was a dick. Like, you know, he would basically threaten your life, basically, you know, like either take this fight for what we're offering you, or you just don't fight forever. Like, we'll blackball you, blah, blah, blah. Like I remember hearing a lot of those stories before, so it doesn't surprise me, honestly. It's surprising that it took this long for everybody to kind of bring out their story. But like Fred says, I mean, when the only two people that are defending you are people that, you know, never had to deal with you in negotiations, that's pretty telling of, you know, you were probably a really big dick. By the way, Eddie, since you're in the capital of fake news, how's it going over there? I forgot to ask about that.
What, here? Like in Arizona?
Yeah.
It's
Seeing as how
all
there's no COVID outbreak, there's nothing going on. It's all fake news.
If you're getting your news from Brendan Schaub, I'm questioning your intelligence already. But he wrong as fuck. Look, there's a lot of people are just saying a bunch of shit, and I'll make this brief because I don't want to make this into the COVID podcast again. But it's not what he said is not true. And he's just like, oh, a bunch of nurses and doctors went to my show. Do you think a bunch of doctors are going to Brendan Schaub's fucking show? Honestly, because I don't. All right. And he's just like, oh, I talked to them and they said it's fine. And look, is he right about Phoenix not giving a fuck? 100%. The people here don't give a shit about no COVID because we're in a very much a red state and everyone just buys whatever fucking their news source tells them, right? Which is whatever. But do I believe that a bunch of nurses and doctors went to his show? No. Do I believe he talked to them even if they went? No. Do I believe that they told them that the ICUs aren't getting full up and all that? No. Because guess what? I also know nurses that are in fucking hospitals, and I also talk to them, and they're freaking out because their ICUs are getting packed with COVID people. Is there people from other things? Sure. The result of opening up a state, of course, is going to bring in people that broke the fucking arm, got in a car accident, did all this shit. Sure. Is that going to fill up beds? Absolutely. The point is the ICU is getting filled, and there's a bunch of COVID people coming in, and the overflow has been used. There's a lot of different things you got to look at and understand. To understand that the numbers are spiking here and it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Now, is the news blowing it up? Absolutely. Of course. That's what they do. Is there cause for concern? Of fucking course, right? But this state right now, there's a big fight between the people that want masks to be mandatory and the people that don't. Big fight between those two. So that's where we're at with that. But look, man, I don't fucking know what's gonna happen here. We're leaderless. Probably more leaderless than I mean, just as leaders as the country. Like the fucking governor here just said, I'm gonna let the local city governments decide whether masks are mandatory. The second he said that, Phoenix and Tucson announced mandatory masks. Or at least they're gonna try and vote for mandatory masks. So there you go. We're all on our own in this state and pretty much in this whole country, but definitely in this state we're kind of on our own. So yeah, dude, I don't know. How's it going in Cali?
Lot more traffic. And it just seems like more places are getting crazier. Like I went to a store the other day and they didn't want to let me in because I didn't wear gloves. I had the mask, but since I didn't have gloves, they were like, eventually they did let me in, but they have a sign saying that you are required to wear a mask and gloves, which is just retarded. But anyway, it just seems like everybody's trying to ramp back up and get back to normal. But I know reading a couple of different articles, it's like you said, the cases are of course going to grow up because you have more people interacting with more people, and it's just getting interesting. And then what we were talking about on Monday with ELC and other people in the chat was that now we have a bunch of black young men getting hanged in California weird. And other places. Yeah, like it's just getting very, very interesting out here.
Right.
Fun times.
No, it's getting ridiculous. So we'll see what happens, man. Ohio treating you well there, Fred?
Listen, let me tell you something right now. Is my shit mute? Am I good?
You're good.
Okay, my shit mute. Tell you something right now. It's funny how having a vested interest in something changes your point of view. Right now, my teeth in the back are fucked. I need like 3 or 4 root canals. I'm fucking chewing all funky style. I look like an old man chewing a cheeseburger. It's fucked. I got to order soft tacos from fucking Taco Bell. It's horrible. And a lot of the dentist offices in my city aren't really accepting my fucking my insurance right now because things are bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need all y'all to just take your fucking chances and get back to work so they take Daddy Fred's insurance so I can fucking eat my fucking food again because I am fucked over here, boys. It cost me $5 grand to get these teeth fixed. Y'all gotta start accepting the fucking poor people's insurance again. It's fucking bad for me. I don't give fuck it. Get back to work. Put your fucking mask on and get back to the insurance agency and let's get these fucking dental offices back on track. I need to chew food.
I'm with you on that shit. All right. Just real quick from Liam says, I was in a shop yesterday that has a no gloves rule, mask option on the UK. Theory is gloves make you careless and you can't use the sanitizer at the door, or they dissolve after a few washes. Oh shit, we lost Jesse for a second. All right. Here's the thing about the gloves, and this comes from my my lady who's a nurse. So The gloves don't work because all you do is spread around germs if you keep the same gloves on the whole fucking day. So you can put on gloves if you want to, right? You're going to go to the grocery store, you're going to go to the furniture store, the fucking hardware store, whatever. Each place you go to, you're just spreading the germs from place to place to place, right? The whole idea about the taking off the gloves and all that is, nurses go into a patient's room, put on gloves, obviously scrub up, put on gloves, go in to do the thing. As soon as they walk out the door, rip off the gloves, throw them in the trash. They go to the next patient's room, scrub up again, put the gloves back on. They do that all fucking day. So wearing gloves all day from place to place. Not to mention if you keep touching your phone, it's endless shit, right? The gloves is honestly not the best idea. The mass idea is obviously like you protect other people from your own germs. That's
Right.
the whole point.
Right.
And for anyone that says like, oh, the fucking CO2 and they're gonna be breathing this in and breathing that in, how the fuck do nurses and doctors do it all goddamn day long?
Right.
Relax, folks. Okay. Anyway, all right. One thing I want to talk about before we head out of here in about 10 minutes or so. RDA called out McGregor. Now I ignored it at first, and then I was just like, but at 170, McGregor's not a title shot guy right now. You give him RDA. I'll check right now RDA's record. But Fred, for some reason, I thought about that being a legit fight for McGregor next. I don't know what they're gonna do. There's obviously it's McGregor. He has endless options. But what do you think about an RDA and McGregor fight at 170?
I don't love it. It's not bad, but Conor's Conor. Like, if we could do the Tony Ferguson fight, I'm here for that fight. Or at this point, what the fuck, right? Usman's fighting fucking Gilbert Burns. Can we not do the bad motherfucker belt with Masvidal and Conor? Yeah, like, if that's the fight they got to get done, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's a good, winnable fight for Conor. It's actually, it makes sense for Conor on a lot of levels, to be honest. It's a big name that's a pretty winnable fight, but, obviously RDA is still RDA. But, for me, 170 Masvidal, 155 Tony Ferguson. Like, and what, fuck, if they can't get either one of those done, then fine. The RDA is fine with me. But those are the two fights that I would like to see for Conor next. Or if Khabib can't get out of Russia or whatever the case may be, and I know this is going to get a lot of people's fucking panties in a waist, but Gaethje Conor for the interim belt.
Okay. If they can't do Khabib, you're right. That would be I feel like they would do that. Right. All right. Aaron says, I'm not down to watch RDA versus McGregor. I get, not to mention RDA is also on a 2-fight losing streak, 2 decision losses, 1 to Leon Edwards, 1 to Michael Chiesa. Before that, he arm triangled Kevin Lee, but before that, he lost 2 fights, Covington and Usman. So, none of those guys are scrubs, mind you. But at the same time, you're gonna be calling a Conor fight off a 2-fight losing streak. I don't know.
Actually, since you throw that out there, fuck. Actually, now that we're talking about RDA, that we gotta can that fight, because really, since Burns is getting the title shot, I doubt they would do it. But actually, Colby Covington Conor would be a lot of fucking fun. Because it would give a real look. Obviously, we could all assume that Colby Covington will ragdoll Conor, but hypothetically, if Conor comes out and starts as Colby, that's got to increase our ability to think that he could actually beat fucking Khabib. If he comes out and starts as Colby, then we all know he could fucking land the punch on Khabib too. Like, Colby would be, one could argue, a bigger test. I think if Colby and Khabib fought, I think Colby would low-key ragdoll Khabib. Maybe I'm a little bit out of my mind, but I put it to you like this. I definitely don't think Khabib would be ragdolling Colby. And I can't stand Colby, but we're just keeping it a buck. Colby's a big cocksucker. And if he can anything, he can wrestle.
No, he definitely can wrestle. But it's I guess he'll just wrestle the shit out of McGregor, Jesse. Like, I don't know. You just take him down.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. We've seen what Colby does against a guy like a striker, right? Like RDA. Also a guy kind of that has that same
crutch where he doesn't have a good ground game, right? And we saw what happened there. Colby just put a lot of pressure on him. So, I mean, Colby against Connor, you would run the risk of it being just like that, like just a mauling like that. But like Fred said, it's interesting, right? Because if he wins, I mean, you set up a good direction for Connor to be like, see, I beat a good wrestler. Now shoot me another shot against Khabib, and I'll beat him this time. That narrative is right there.
If Connor beat Colby, I can hear him now. I beat a much stronger man with way better wrestling skills. You think I couldn't beat that little rat? He got lucky. I was sick. I had food poisoning. We'd never hear it. He'd sell the shit out of that Khabib fight if he knocked out Colby Covington.
Telling you, man. All right. Wow, that's not bad, Fred. Take away his dad dildness. I'm sick of waiting on Khabib's goofy ass. He's also in Ramadan right now, right, Jesse? Or is that over?
Not yet. Up until July, I think, or later this month, something like that. It's coming up.
They already scheduled. I mean, they're tentatively scheduled the Gaethje Khabib fight, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. If Khabib don't make that date, I ain't mad at him putting Connor in there, man. Fuck it, let's go. And look, motherfuckers can hate on Connor if they want, but y'all got to admit, if they give Connor Gaethje and he happens to beat Gaethje or knock Gaethje out, he deserves the belt. Not to say that he doesn't have to immediately defend against Khabib, because obviously that's the right thing to do. But hey, if you beat Justin Gaethje right now, you deserve your fucking kudos, because I got to hand it to Justin. He's on a fucking roll, and he looks really good. He's got the right coaching. He's got the right physical tools, the right mental fucking edge. Justin Gaethje is a fucking handful right now.
Right. No, 100%. Liam says, Fred, we're on sync today. Must be a blue moon. There you go. All right. Talking about this weekend's fights, and then we're talking Blazers Volkov. Let me actually put the fucking card up. All right, what do we got? Here you go. All right. Start off on the prelims. Kicking off at 2 p.m. Wow, this is an early-ish card. 2 p.m. Pacific time. That makes it 5 p.m. Eastern time. Austin Hubbard against Max Roskopf. Then you got Roxanne Modafferi against Lauren Murphy. Modafferi put a picture today on Twitter. She's ripped. What's up?
Wow. Okay, you know what? This is the Keyboard Warriors. We like to talk a little shit. And I know Roxanne Modafferi is a loved. Listen, let me also say, all bullshit aside, she's this very sweet person, a great human being. Fighting skills wise, boy, you could give this one right back to the Indians. This cocksucking bitch is going to be a barn. What's the fucking the reverse of a barn burner? This is going to be that. Anticlimactic. What the fuck? This is about to be Lauren Murphy and Roxanne Modafferi. Yeah. Woo! You go. Stay classy, flyweight.
There you go. All right. Stay classy, flyweight. All right. Then you got Matt Steamroller Favola. Is that a steamroller, right?
Yeah, the Steamroller.
Steamroller Favola against Frank Camacho. Courtney Casey straight out of Arizona taking on Jillian Robertson. Yep. Then Mark Andre Barrio against Oscar Pichota. The brisk, what do you call it? The brisk gust of wind.
Oh, there she is. The brisk gust of wind versus a lady who I'm not quite familiar with.
Brianna Van Buren, yes, sir. Then you got Clay Guida against Bobby Green. Now talk about a fight that was like, I didn't know Clay Guida still fighting.
Damn, holy shit. A fight I actually give two rat fucks about. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Clay Guida is a bit long in the tooth, but usually Bobby Green's in fun fights. This is an okay fight. I hope Bobby Green gets a knockout. And Lord knows we don't want to see fucking Clay Guida's hair bouncing around for 15 minutes straight.
Then we got Jim Miller against Roosevelt Roberts off of a quick turnaround. Really, he's what, like, fought like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, taking on right? Am I right on that?
Is Jim Miller even okay? Does he still got Lyme disease?
He's not okay. I think he still has it, and he just manages it really well.
Lyme disease is forever. It doesn't go away.
Is it spread through blood?
No, you'd have to eat the man to get the Lyme disease. So you're good. As long as he doesn't like take a chunk out of him and eat him.
No shit, huh? So we could share all the blood in the world, semen and spit the whole most of it, and I wouldn't catch the Lyme, huh?
I guess it goes into your muscles, so it's like worms in your muscles. You get like pains. You know what? Just go listen to one of Rogan's hunting podcasts. He'll bring it up. Eventually, it comes up.
Fair enough. All right, there we go. Well, listen, hey, Godspeed, Jim Miller. I just might be time to hang it up and go see what old Dan's doing these days.
Go hang out. All right. And then we talked about Bilal Muhammad taking the lineman good. Then Rocky Pennington is marrying Renault. I don't know how you say your last name, dude, but
Renault.
Yeah, Renault. Josh Emmett against Shane Burgos. This is a good co-main event, honestly. And then the main event, heavyweight Curtis Blades versus Alexander Volkov. Let's just pick that fight. Fred, who you picking in this one?
This is a really good fucking fight, man. I've never been extremely impressed with fucking Curtis Blades, so I guess I got to keep that same energy. I would go with Alexander Volkov. Alexander Volkov, if I'm not mistaken, was the cat that beat Derek Lewis for 4 minutes and 57 seconds, right?
At the last round, yeah.
He got thunderstruck literally with like 8 seconds left on the fucking bell, got knocked out and lost the fight. I don't think Curtis Blades striking is up to snuff at all. It'll be interesting to see whether Curtis Blades can control Alexander. Alexander's a big one, though, ain't he? Yeah, 6'6", 250. I guess fucking Curtis Blades 6'3", so yeah, for me, I suppose this fight is real simple, right? Can Curtis Blades close the distance? Can he get his hands on Alexander? Can he push him against the cage? And most importantly, can he get the fucking takedown? He probably can. I dislike him, so I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that Alexander fucking keeps the distance between them and eventually get the knockout. Alexander Volkov, 3rd round, TKO.
Damn. Jesse?
Okay. Opposite of what Fred just said, everything. Volkov, he's just a terrible grappler. And Curtis Blades is actually a very, very good grappler. And I think what you're going to see is Curtis Blades really pushing towards getting a title shot, because that's what he wants, right? He wants to get a title shot. He wants to be a champion. So I think his improvement is going to be in avoiding getting struck by Volkov, getting that takedown, and getting a finish. So I'm going to say 2nd round, ground and pound, TKO, Curtis Blades.
All right, there you go. All right, that's it. I'm taking Curtis Blades by ground and pound, by just fucking 5 rounds of just shit. What's up?
Yeah, no, quickly. I just wanted to add on to something there that Jesse said there at the end, that Curtis Blades wants to get a title shot. Let me put Curtis Blades in on something right now. They did line up DC Stipe 3, right?
Yeah, that's official. August 15th.
Okay. Now, I think DC is going to win that fight. If DC does not retire, again, I would put fucking Curtis Blades' chances at beating DC in a fight right up there with Joanne Calderwood's, as in fucking 0. Not a chance on God's green earth that Curtis Blades beats DC at anything inside that cage. He sure as fuck ain't out wrestling him. He ain't out boxing him. If I'm Curtis Blades, I am praying to Buddha, Jesus, Tom Cruise, everybody I can think of, that Stipe wins that fight or that DC just retires.
Oh, shit. Look, and Jay puts this up. Do you see a road to the title for Blades? If DC Stipe retire and Francis ends up being a champion, would they ever make a 3rd fight between them?
It's possible.
They would have to at that point.
Yeah. But Blades would have to make it undeniable of him just basically beating everybody below him and just being able to put on a good performance. Other than him actually beating everybody that needs to be beaten out there, it just won't happen from. I mean, the first fight, we could see how it kind of, it got stopped by the doctors. The second fight, it was a very quick knockdown TKO. So I don't know, man. Like it just doesn't look like it's in the cards for Curtis to get in there and beat a dude like Ngannou. Now, Fred, you're right. I don't think there's anything that he could do to beat DC, but I don't think the champion at the time when he does get a title shot is going to be DC. It might be Stipe, or it might even be somebody else. Who knows? But I don't think he has to worry about having to face DC for the title at heavyweight anytime soon.
One of these days, we're going to have a discussion about strength of competition when you were champion. We ain't ready to have that discussion right now, but I think that matters. If Curtis Blades did become the champion after DC retires and Stipe retires and Francis ain't around, well, motherfucker, your reign just wasn't the same, Jack. Like, if you happen to be the guy that followed up after Mike and Magic Johnson and all them left, before LeBron got there,
We'll say he had a Tim Sylvia run, maybe.
yeah, that's not bad. That's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, one of those sort of runs. Like, you was just champion, my dude, because things were a little shaky for a year or so. You weren't really that guy. There's a whole bunch of them out there too.
There you go. All right. And the last, we'll end the show on something different than MMA, because this made me this kind of surprised me a little bit today too. On the comedy topic, Chris D'Elia did not see that coming. If you guys haven't seen, Chris D'Elia has been accused of going after underage women or girls, and you haven't seen that?
No, like
damn, Fred.
By like the shitbirds or like in a real legit way?
There's a lot of screenshots of shit that D'Elia has sent younger girls. And then there's like accusations of grooming them. So like some of them were underage. He would talk to them, flirt, whatever the fuck. If he couldn't hook up with them, then he would when they turned 18, he'd hit him up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is weird as fuck. And Jess, did you hear? What's that? Oh, it came out today or last night. One of those, because I was late to it. I saw it today at 10 a.m. My time, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? They canceled D'Elia. And then some dude was just like, I love how everyone in the West Coast gets this shit like 3 hours later. So it was like this morning, but it's like on TMZ if you go there, and D'Elia gave TMZ some kind of fucking, let me see if I can pull it up. D'Elia gave TMZ some kind of statement. Let's see. D'Elia denies pursuing underage girls after allegations arise. All right, so see if I can find the story overall. Anonymous claims is what he says. Okay. Chris D'Elia, this is from TMZ.com. Chris D'Elia is breaking his silence after multiple anonymous online claims from women accusing the comedian of getting flirty with women who were allegedly underage at the time. The comedian tells TMZ, quote, I know I have said and done things that might have offended people during my career, but I have never knowingly pursued any underage women at any point. All of my relationships have been both legal and consensual, and I have never met or exchanged any inappropriate photos with the people who have tweeted about me. And then he went on to say, that being said, I really am truly sorry. I was a dumb guy who absolutely let myself get caught up in my lifestyle. That's my fault. I own it. I've been reflecting on this for some time now, and I promise I will continue to do better. So, I mean, some of this shit is wild. Let me see if I can pop it up on the screen here for you guys. But some of this shit is kind of wild with it. Let's see. Here it is. So this is one of the ones that I saw. Okay. Like, and again, like, it's just, there's no, photos or anything in his name, but this, this is like allegedly Chris D'Elia said, emails. It looks like an email says, send me a pic. And she sends him a panda. And he's like, haha, the fucking panda dick. And then she says they're very exotic. And then, she goes on with other stip too. What else we got? Oh, no, it's a different one. But
look, Fred, look, here's the basic thing about the whole thing. Is that he was messaging girls that mostly you could tell if he spent any time on their profile at the time that he messaged them that they were underage, whether it was just to say what's up or if just like any kind of thing. It's inappropriate to be messaging underage girls. So I mean, even in that instance, that makes it creepy as hell. The fact that he doesn't help himself because he said a lot of stupid stuff that's online. Especially, I saw a video of him like checking out some girl on some video, and he's like, "Oh, she's pretty hot," when she was like way underage.
No way.
Is very stupid. It's stupid. And now that it comes out that he's been doing this to underage girls, it makes it worse. Even if he was joking, it just doesn't. It's not a good look for him. Plus, the worst part is that he did play a pedophile dude on a show.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's not a good look for the guy.
Yeah, this is. I'm just seeing some of the shit on here. This is getting fucking weird.
I'm not a big Chris D'Elia fan anyway, so they can go on to cancel his funny ass all they want to. But I hadn't heard nothing about any of this. I didn't know nothing like that.
It's
I
super
thought
fucking
he
weird.
was married and shit, which I guess being married doesn't mean fuck all as far as that goes. But
So again, from TMZ.com, Chris started trending on Twitter Tuesday night after a woman named Simone Rossi started a thread showing alleged text emails between her and Chris from a few years ago when she said she was only 16. Several other anonymous allegations follow Rossi's post from women alleging Chris has solicited photos and or sex from them, while most claim that they were just younger than D'Elia. Some, like Rossi, claim they were underage. None of the anonymous allegations mentioned anything about police reports filed or legal action taken against Chris. So, man, I don't know, right? Like, I mean, shit.
Maybe he was smart enough not to have any kind of sexual contact with these women before they were 18 or 19.
Yeah.
But the fact that he contacted them at the time that they were underage, there are some texts. I saw some of them where, he was like, "How old are you?" And they were like 17 or something. And he's like, "Oh, but still messaging him." So it's like, it's a bad look for him.
Pretty terrible look for him. So. Yeah, look, man, you can't be fucking messaging underage girls and asking for pics and shit. That's fucked up. So
it just never ceases to amaze me.
No.
Yes, it's this year. Are we gonna make up tonight?
Yeah, today it's legal, but yuck. He was grooming them.
It's always amazing to me, these like famous, like wealthy, rich sort of guys that want to fuck these like young girls. You could have all the fucking older pussy you want, and by older I just mean like 21, 22, 23, 20. Like I don't get it. It's such a strange thing, man. Like you guys got the money to kind of do what you want. Like if Chris D'Elia could be hitting on 16-year-olds, there's like 20-year-olds that are into him. Like I don't fucking get it. I mean, maybe he's just a fucking pedophile, but it's like, what a fucking idiot, man. Fucking weirdo.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo, man. I'm looking at some of the shit on here. Like,
yeah, there's a Twitter profile, some girl, some lady. She posted all the stuff. She's the one getting all the DMs, and she's the one posting everything.
Dog Raider or something like that.
Yeah, that one. Her. So if you go to her page, she has all the stuff. She has the threads, and she has all the stuff. Everything. I think she's posting like the stuff without posting pictures and names of the people because they're trying to stay anonymous.
Yeah.
But it's quite a bit. I mean, like you say, Fred, like with the whole Joe Silva thing, if 1, 2, 3 people say something, maybe you could chalk it up to just being those few people. Mm-hmm. But there's quite a bit of women coming out and saying, that, he would talk to them, and then like if he told them, hey, come hook up, and they said no or something, he would like get all angry and like start cussing them out and stuff. Just weird. Like it just seems like you would think, like Fred said, you would think a guy like him wouldn't have to resort to being so petty and so like weak-minded about it. Like, like get rejected by a girl and get upset. But like, I guess that was his thing back in the day. Who knows how, because it all seems like it was before. Now it seems like it's not, nothing recent.
Right. Liam says you can control a kid is about power more than sex. There you go. And then Aaron says that would be another hour show of getting into this dude's mental capacity and thought process. And then the other thing too is and before we go, like I heard Drake did the same shit. Is that true?
Oh, he's texting Billie Eilish and some other like pretty famous young ladies and being like, "Oh, here's my number, hit me up whenever." It's not a good look for Drake either.
Weird. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? We get out of here.
No,
I have a question. Both of you guys reflecting on spending 200 shows together and talking all this stuff. Is there anything that comes to your head that has been a favorite moment of your guys'?
Fuck, son.
That's 200 shows, bro. That's a lot of shows.
I'm fucking burned out of my mind too most of the time. There's definitely not one particular time that stands. I definitely have to take some time to think about. I mean, listen, man, we've had some cool guests on this show. We've been doing it for a long time. We've actually got some really cool fucking fans of the show now who are fucking informed, thick-skinned MMA fans that tune in and understand our sort of humor and enjoy it. I can't think of one particular thing or like instance that would be my favorite part. But not to sound cheesy or corny, but I guess my favorite part would just be the fact that we've done it for 200 episodes. You know, I made a post, yesterday or the day before, whatever, just talking about me and Eddie and Aaron and Jeremiah and, you know, you too, Jesus, and a bunch of us that have just been at this for a long time, man. And 200 episodes in, it just goes to show you, look how many MMA podcasts there are on Twitter right now. How many of them will make it to 200 episodes? And then how many of those 200 episodes will be with, you know, 3 different people coming in from 3 different schedules? We all got kids. We've all got jobs. But every fucking Wednesday night, we find a fucking way to be here. You know, our humble 30 or 40 fans always find time to show up. The show's fucking dope. 200 episodes. We'll do 200 more too, man. I'm fucking here for it, boys. I appreciate it.
Right. No. I think for me, you know what? I enjoy all the shows, but the ones that are super like, I think the ones that are my favorite are the ones that like we lose track of time, and fucking like we go on and on and on, and then at some point Fred's usually the one that goes, because Fred's like you know, on the East Coast, or as close as you can get. I think it's those shows, man. The ones that go super long. We shoot the shit. I love getting Aaron back on here. Max Reed gets on here, and honestly, like, you know what the coolest part about this whole thing is that we're all legitimately friends. You know what I mean, like that to me is my favorite part. Like I've hung out with Jesse a few times and shit, and you know Fred. I mean, we're making plans to meet up on whenever you get out here on this side of the fucking country, but and then like meeting people like like Aaron, like I said, like rest in peace Andrew Reed, people like that, and then that's the best part, honestly, is all the people that I've got to meet through this. And we have like what the funny thing is, people say you haven't made it till you got haters. We got fucking haters now. It worked out, and fuck them, thank you, but fuck you twice in the face with a screwdriver and what else you can think of. But please keep watching because we love the views, man. We love it. So yeah, that's the whole experience has been dope, and let's see if we can keep it up for another 200 shows. That'd be cool. What about you, Jesse?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Being able to meet you guys, and hopefully being able to meet Fred, hopefully later this year, sharing a alcoholic beverage with Fred, maybe a couple, who knows?
Yeah, it's gonna be more blunts than anything.
Yeah, so and actually, the community that you guys have built, that I was able to jump in, and just everything, it's been pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm very thankful that you guys are pretty awesome, and everybody else that listens. And even though I don't tweet or put much stuff up there, thank you for following my non-existent Twitter.
There you go. All right, y'all. If that's it for tonight, for all of us, appreciate everyone tuning in. Oh, hold up. Real quick, what's up, Mazdak? He says people say it's UFC's fault man is not a star because the UFC also believe in mystic powers of Jesus.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
exactly right, my friend.
All right, well, shout out to you there, Mazdak. Appreciate you hanging out. Aaron, I met Aaron before 235, the Jones Lionheart fight, I think. Yeah, that's the one. So I think that's the one I met him there. I appreciate it. Brando says you guys are Wildcats and you've been giving us wonderful content week in and week out. You guys are the shit. Hey, I appreciate you. And honestly, again, you guys are what makes this thing go. This show, sure. The Monday Night Hangouts, where it's all about you guys, whatever you guys want to talk about. Every show we do on this thing, and we got more coming. All right, I know we're kind of steady. We're trying to get through this whole COVID thing and all that, but we got more shit coming. Y'all keep an eye out for us. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about us. That'd be dope. Shout out to Liam, Head Kick. Like I said, my brother Brando, Aaron. Ooh, who else we got on here? Jay Andrews, appreciate you hanging out, bro. What else we got? I know Raider was here, or still here. We had a couple Facebook folks. Sorry, I didn't catch your names. Tony Hectic was here hanging out. Tev, my brother Tev was on here. Who's the fellow that goes on here and they actually everybody was kind of critiquing their blunt rolling skills. Who was that? You remember that?
Oh, Ray.
Ray. That is one of my favorite moments of all time because that wasn't even an MMA moment. All three of us were talking MMA, and then he goes back to roll something with the camera, right? Like kind of, it's on the corner, and we're all looking at what's he doing? Is he what the fuck? And then Andrew in the comments talking shit about his blunt rolling technique. That was one of my favorite moments for sure. Anyway, shout out to Otis, our guy that's on top of all the fight announcements. I appreciate that, man. Everything you do for us. Gods MMA, I know, or MMA Gods, he's busy with doing some family stuff. Appreciate the hell out of you, dude. If you watch this on the afterwards. Jerome Jones hanging out tonight and Glitch. All right, this shit. We'll catch you guys next week. All right. Shout out to everybody. You guys know all the social medias. KeyboardWarriorsMMA.com, RepTheWarriors.com, SpicePros.com. Catch you guys next week. Good night. Good night, Wilshire.